Okay. Hey, everybody. All right. So, I wanted to go live and tell you guys a little bit about how our trip has been. Okay. So, what I've learned so far while I'm in Jamaica. First, let's start with the airport. Okay. Things I didn't know about Jamaica. When you get to the airport, it was chaos. Okay, so we get off the plane and where do you have to go?
Montego Bay.
Montego Bay. Montego Bay. And then we have to go through a check in or something.
Custom?
Was it custom? We're checking custom?
I think so.
And they have these machines there that you have to fill out. So you take time to go through all of that. That was one line. And then you have to go through another line that they check you after you got checked by the machine. You get checked by a person. And so there's another long line.
Check your passport.
Check your passport. And then you go to try and find your luggage. Oh my God. The luggage.
Huh.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to find the luggage, and it was like chaos. That's the only word I can gather for it.
Like everybody's luggage came under one carousel.
Everybody's luggage came under one, right? It seems that everybody's luggage came on one carousel. So let me try and put this here. So everybody's trying to find their luggage, which was like a an adventure, we'll say. Um, some people were saying their luggage was broken. Some people were missing wheels because we saw wheels on the floor.
It's gonna catch and toss. And just catch and toss it to the side. Catch and toss.
And people were complaining, my luggage is broke. And it was so funny because immediately, hey Bianca, hey girl, hey. Immediately, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you, Bianca. So immediately everybody was saying, my luggage is broke. Not everybody, but those who had broken luggage. This is one thing I learned with when we travel. Don't buy expensive luggage. That's the first thing. Anybody who buys expensive luggage, wasting your money. Because when those things leave your hands and go behind the dark place of where the luggage goes, you don't know what's going to happen to your luggage. So people that spend so much money on luggage, mm-mm. I have a little $39.99 bag that I have, which means if it get broken, I'm like, okay, no problem. I just go and buy me another one. But these people that have luggages like in the thousands and even a few $100s, I saw some of it. It was broken. And so what the people would do, they go and they make a claim. And I don't know if they gave the money or something for it, but they make a claim. But when I tell y'all it was so many people that were making claims, the line was just crazy. So if you're going to be coming to Jamaica, please don't bring your good luggage because it may end up broken. Um, and try and find a way that you can tag your luggage so you'll be able to see it if it's not on the conveyor belt because people had to walk around to find the luggage because what happened was they take it off the conveyor belt because it takes you so long to get to the luggage. It takes you so long to get to the luggage that they have to take it off the conveyor belt because you know it'll go back around, and they don't want it to go back
And
around.
then other flights are coming in, and then you have to use that same conveyor
Conveyor belt,
belt for another flight.
right? So we suggest any of you that are traveling, okay, tag your luggage or either get like a bright luggage or something that you could easily distinguish it from the others or tie like a bright yellow or bright orange ribbon or a piece of tape or something around it so that you know which is your luggage so it's easier to spot. There were a lot of black luggages out there and everybody was like, is that mine, is that mine? No, I think that's mine. And then they pick it up, put it down, that's not mine. I don't know. So that's one tip. All right, so the other thing is if you're going to travel with a lot of luggage, you're going to be in trouble because the little trolleys that you use to get your luggage from the conveyor belt to the car that's supposed to be waiting for you outside, you're probably not going to find what they call here a trolley. So there were a lot of people sitting by waiting for trolleys,
Yeah.
and they had
How you doing?
so much luggage.
I know
And
this. They're coming. Yeah, they're coming in for extended
like a
stay.
year,
A year. Yes.
you know.
They had about so much stuff. Oh Lord have mercy.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. See, my husband and I, we travel light because we do this a lot. We travel a lot. And so we travel light. If we can, we just do a carry on and we'll roll clothes in there, pack light, roll not. We don't get like big, thick clothes. We try not to get thick clothes because they take up a lot of luggage. So travel light, get your light clothes, roll it up, put it in there, pack it tight, get you a backpack or something to carry on. So then when you get off the plane, your luggage is right there with you. But some of these people, and we may pay, well, this time on the trip, I took a lot of sandals. So I took maybe about 7 pair of shoes, but 5 of them were sandals and two, no, three were sneakers. But normally we only travel with how many pair of shoes, sweetie?
One you wear all the time. One pair of shoes. I came here with 3 pairs of shoes. Yeah, two. One pair of sandals,
Right,
one pair of sandals, one pair of sneakers, and one pair like a casual
right.
shoes. That's it.
And that's it. That's all you need. You don't need a whole bunch. I know a lot of people are like, well, I want to be cute. Well, you're gonna pay for that cuteness when you're carrying that big old suitcase. But go ahead and do that. So you're going to need to find a way to get your luggage from the conveyor belt to the front. All right, so we got our luggage. My husband and my sister-in-law were so good. They went and found us 2 trolleys, and we were able to put their luggage on there because our luggage we didn't really need to, but we just put our two little bags. We had 3, one big bag. You're not out of the airport yet. Mind you, it took a long time to get out the airport. So we finally got our luggage. Now you got to go through another checkpoint. Yes, this is checkpoint number 3 in the airport. This checkpoint is checking what? Your passport again? Your bags? I don't know, but it was lines like I have never seen because everybody goes through those lines. It was like there was a festival going on and the hottest DJ or band was playing. Like lines like maybe at the Beyonce concert. That's how these lines were. They were packed. And so we was trying to go through those lines and people were moving the little dividers. So you standing in one line, you think you're in one line, and you think you're one line that's merging into one.
Hmm.
That was what you think about?
It is what it is. No problem.
You okay? You had no problem. No, you didn't say. You did not say no problem when you were in that line, though. That was not your saying. You did not. He didn't, y'all. So we finally get through that line. Now we got to find the van to take us to the resort. Now, another chaos. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all come into Jamaica, y'all better carry your patience first. Patience. Have some patience when you're traveling out here because it is not going to be like smooth sailing. So we got the luggage, we headed out here, we got to find the van that's going to take us. And mind you, thank God my husband's cousin paid for the van in advance. So we have to wait outside for the van. That was probably about an hour's wait outside in the hot sun with all the cars passing you. And the way they drive out here, Lord, my goodness. I mean, what do you think about your people driving?
It is what it is.
You know what? I can't with him because I cannot. Cause
That's the way
I
they do.
cannot. I cannot.
They're used to it. That's what
I
they.
cannot. Mm?
They're used to it because that's the way they do this. That's the way they do things.
Listen, he's saying that's the way. That's the way they
They're
do
used to
it.
it.
They used to it.
We're
We're
not
not used to it. We're not used to it. Oh, let me see. Try and get this over here. We're not used to that, and that was crazy. That. So then, what do we have to do? We finally got the to the.
To the van.
We finally got to the van.
Just,
Now we got to get from the van, the airport parking lot, to the resort. It took us how long? 2.5 hours. About 2.5 hours with the driving. The way they drive is like. Let me put this so y'all can hear
it
me.
was busy season. They said.
The way they drive is, oh my gosh. I kept praying and watching and praying. When the cars would come so close. See, there's not any like lines in the road, and then it really messes with your mind because they're driving on the opposite side of the street, and their steering wheel is on the right side as well. And when you're coming, they're coming, the cars are coming together, and it's like, nope, who's gonna stop first? So we're going through that, and there's a lot of horn blowing, a lot of horn blowing.
I think that's a signal. Their signal in Jamaica, like I'm going around you or something like that, or and if maybe another car is coming close by, the person in front of you will hit his horn that lets say no, you can't go by because something. It's like they have their own signal. They know what they're doing.
I think they do. I think they do. And I think that's what was kind of different to me because I was like, I don't know. Let me get this door thing right here. Hold on.
Huh?
Hold on. So tell the people what your thoughts
I have no thoughts.
are. You have none?
Nope.
No.
This is your rodeo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that like that. The door thing. Oh, I put the sign on the floor. Okay. Look, he turned the camera around so y'all can see the other side. So, look, Bianca said the hand to the face told me everything I need to know. That drive stressed you out. Yes, it was something. And then that 2 hour drive. But once we got here, it was like, okay. It was exciting. I was happy to be here. I'm gonna tell y'all something too, right? Okay. So let me try and be discreet. The resorts, the photos are not like their actual rooms. So you're looking at your photo when you get to your resort. Don't be like, this not what I booked. It's what you booked. It's what you booked. Just know that, okay? But the service of the people is it takes up for it. It really does. And people are always so gracious over here, always so willing and ready to help out and everything. And Negril is a place for beach lovers. If you're somebody that likes to party and you're somebody that likes to have that nightlife and clubs and all that kind of stuff, and Negril is not that place. Not right now. I hear back in the day it used to be, but right now it's basically for beach lovers. If you want to come to the beach, relax. It is 7 miles of beach water. 7 miles of beach. You could walk from one resort to the other on the ocean, on the beach, and it is nice. And let me tell you, the other good thing is as you're walking, there are people selling food on the beach. There's restaurants because the hotels, they each, not all of them, but some of them have restaurants
On the backside.
on the backside, and they also have, yeah, and they also have, if the restaurant is there, they may also have somebody else that's like has a steel barrel there that's cooking food. Lobster is one of the big things out here on the ocean. They catch them fresh. They dive for them each day. We met a man and we sat down and we had a meal of grilled lobster tails, grilled lobster. It was good. It was good. It was fresh. And I just was amazed because I was like, look how God blesses us all. Because I asked the guy, I said, are you guys open every day? And he says, yeah, we're open 365 days a year. And I was like, and you get lobsters every day? And I mean, the cage that they had, because they have the cage, it's a huge cage, and they have the cage sitting in the water to keep the lobster alive and keep them fresh. And when you want one, they just go pick one up out of the cage and put it on the grill. And there were so many lobsters in that cage. And when I asked the guy, y'all do this every night? He says, yeah. He says, we do this every day. And I said, and y'all got all these lobsters. He said that's a small amount. He says normally we have like 200. What do they call it? Something or whatever. He said like the cage is usually like full.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell y'all, for a moment, as I sat there, I just gave God some praise because I was like, look at how God abundantly blesses us to think they serve these lobsters to the people every day. They go out there and they dive in that water to get these lobsters, and God provides it to them every single day in abundance. Yo, they don't even have to go and buy food. They could just go to the ocean and get their food. They could go to a tree and get their food, go to a plant and get their food. It is amazing how God provides. And that's one of the things that I realized and will remembered when I got over here to Negril, Jamaica, is God is a provider. There's so many people out here on the carts that are cooking ackee and saltfish, cooking what's the green stuff, y'all? Callaloo. Do y'all know they don't even have to go to the store to really buy that stuff? There's trees in abundance here. It falls on the ground. Clovis and I were walking down the street, and he keeps seeing all these ackee trees, and he was like, "The ackee is going to waste. It's on the ground because they're just on the ground open." And he was so amazed because in Georgia we have to buy it from a can. We can't get it fresh, and the cans, a one little can, is like sometimes $15. And for us to see it in abundance, falling on the ground, and these people cooking it every day and not running out. Come on now. You know what I'm saying, babe? Just to
Mm-hmm.
think about that. I mean, what's your thoughts on just go to the tree and get what you want. Go to a plant
Yep.
and get what you want. It's
Right.
just
That's the way it is here.
yes.
Anything you want, look up.
Come on now.
It's there.
It's there.
Uh-huh.
You
Yep.
can cook a whole meal from a tree, from a plant, and it's in abundance. And so that's one thing I saw, and I was like, look how God will provide for them. Now they can take these things that are just growing by the earth, take them, cook them up, and sell them to the tourists and make money, make a living.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. So that to me was like one of the best revelations I've had here, because we may look at some of the Jamaicans and feel sorry for them or feel like they're poor, but no, they're not. They are abundantly taken care of. Abundantly. I mean, we in America, we got huge backyards, and a lot of us don't even have one plant that we can eat in that backyard. So if a drought came, or if the stores closed, or we weren't able to go to the grocery store, we could not go to our backyard like they can in Jamaica. If the store is shut down here, they can go to the plants in the yards
Mm-hmm.
and get stuff. And there's so much is in abundance that if one neighbor don't have, the next neighbor got a whole
That's
yard
true.
full, a tree full. So it's just it's that part. Go to the ocean, catch what you want. We were talking with a lady, and we were at a restaurant getting ready to order something, and she was coming back from scuba diving. And I said, "Did you catch anything?" And she said, "Yeah, I caught a nice snapper, a nice size snapper." And I said, "That's great." And she says, "Yeah." She says, "I don't understand why people buy this food in the restaurant when all you have to go do is go to the ocean and get it." And again, I thought about it. I am not a deep sea diver. I'm not a water person. I'm here because the family is here and I wanted to relax and have fun with them. But when she said that, I thought about it and I was like, wow, if they ever get hungry, somebody, as long as somebody know how to swim or somebody know how to fish, somebody know how to go up there and get the fish, bring it back, they gonna be all right. We in America, are we gonna be all right? That's my question. Because we can go to the ocean right now and all we see is sand and beach. We do not see provisions. We don't see provisions. We don't. We see I'm going to relax in this ocean. But we don't see that ocean is providing us resources to fill our bellies and make a meal and a table spread for everybody else. So they taken care of. So don't be feeling bad for the Jamaicans. Don't be feeling like they poor. They more abundantly rich than we are in America. They are way, in my eyes, way more abundantly prosperous in that aspect than we are. And they make the best out of the little that they have. They, God is blessing them abundantly. Again, we in America, we got to go and get our stuff. We got to go and buy ours. If these grocery stores down there in the world shut down in the U.S., I'm hopping on a plane and coming to Jamaica. And there we go. I got to get to Jamaica. So they it's amazing, and they build their homes, a lot of them by their own hand. I met a gentleman at the airport when we were coming over here. We were in the Atlanta and Hartsfield airport. We get there early, as we always do, and that's what you want to do when you're traveling. You want to get to your airline. You want to get there at least 2-3 hours early, because things change, traffic and all that. So I had plenty of time. So my husband and I was sitting down, and this gentleman came and he sat by us, and he was complimenting me on my braids. And so we began to talk. And this gentleman has a dual citizenship. He's Jamaican, and he also has a citizenship in the U.S. And he was talking to us about it, and come to find out, he's an architect. And so we had this great conversation. He told me about his beautiful home that he's built, showed me the beautiful pictures. He built it with his own hands, his own architectural design. And then he started showing me his garden, his plants, the photos. And my husband and him started naming all the trees that produce food that he has on there, all the plants that produce food that he has. And as they had that conversation, I just was amazed and thought, you don't ever have to leave that land in Jamaica. You got everything you need right there. And so it was amazing. Hey, Tori, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, it is amazing. Hey, First Lady Communicates. Thank you. Yes, the lady, I agree the service is excellent. It is. Never been to Jamaica, but I've experienced the same thing in the Bahamas and the Turks. Yes, they are really good on their service. Amazing. Yes, Loyalty 55. How you doing? She said, look at God. God is good. Enjoy your vacay. Stay safe. Thank you. We will. Hey, Naughty Love. Thank you, girl. How you doing, beautiful? She said, I love Jamaica. Jew's my favorite place. You will love it here in Negril, Naughty, because I know you like the water, because I know you did the video where you and your daughters went to the beach. Naughty, Negril, Jamaica is a place for you. It is. So the food, let me tell y'all, I have never eaten so much jerk chicken. I've never eaten so much jerk chicken. So it's like when my husband and I went to Israel, there's this thing called falafel. And it is a staple in Israel. And we ate it so much that I got so tired of it. My husband made a song out of it. Falafel in the morning, falafel in the evening, falafel at supper time, and all this kind of stuff, right? We had so much. I need to make a song about this jerk chicken, because it has been jerk chicken in the morning, jerk chicken in the evening, jerk chicken at supper time, jerk chicken, and fish. They do a lot of steamed fish or fried fish, and the lobster. The lobster is different, but that's what we've been having. The shrimp, not too much shrimp. We've been having some shrimp, but the shrimp haven't been as large. They've been smaller. But I'm going to post a video which I'm going to show all the food. Well, not all of it, but a large majority of the food we have. But, oh, Lord, the food is so much. When I tell you I do not need to have any more rice and peas, I have had enough rice and peas. It's good the first day. It's okay the second day. And it's too much the third day. It's too much. So, hubby and I have breakfast. Now, there's this thing in Jamaica that I do love, and I can eat that every day. And it's this stuff called porridge. Y'all, now that I can do every day. I'm going to post a picture of it, but it looks like a bowl of cream of wheat. If you know what cream of wheat is, it looks something like that. But they grind it. It takes a lot of work to make that. They grind it. Then you can get it in oats. You can get a banana with peanut one, or you can get an oat one, or you can get a cornmeal one. Plantain one, yes. That was delicious. And it is really good. And it's so healthy. I mean, it's so, you eat a bowl of that in the morning and you don't need nothing else. You good until the afternoon. That was yummy. And the breakfast here, it is not your regular fried eggs and toast. Mm-mm. Matter of fact, one of the menus that had fried egg on it, the fried egg and toast was more than the Jamaican breakfast. I was surprised. I was like, you would think two eggs and a piece of toast would be a lot cheaper than the whole Jamaican breakfast that they do. Now, here's the thing. Jamaican breakfast is not no bowl of cereal. Child, they laugh at you when you ask for a bowl of cereal. They're like, that's not breakfast. Jamaican breakfast is like you eating lunch or dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It consists of, let me let my husband tell y'all, because he know, it's a whole plate. When they bought it out, I was like, I'm looking at my watch, like, isn't it 8 o'clock in the morning? It's 8 o'clock? Yes. And let me tell you, what you had, babe? What was on it?
Cooked food.
Oh, God.
Cooked food. You got,
Cooked food.
if you want ackee sawfish, you get yam, banana, cooked dumpling, fried dumpling,
God.
and what else? And pumpkin,
But you,
cooked pumpkin, cooked breadfruit.
all of that.
Yeah, it's all
So you got like,
starched out.
you got ackee and sawfish. That's one thing. You got callaloo. Some of it
Yeah,
came with
yeah,
callaloo.
yeah. You get callaloo on the side too.
So that's another thing on the plate. Then you got plantain with not plantain, the boiled banana.
Well, banana,
That's another thing.
yam.
Then you got a yam.
You
Then
got
you got a boiled dumpling.
boiled dumpling.
Then you got a fried dumpling.
Hmm.
And what else you got? I think that's about it.
And then we had the other morning we had pumpkin, cooked pumpkin,
Then you have pumpkin
and then you could have cooked breadfruit.
and breadfruit. 8 things on one plate.
Hmm.
8 things on one plate. It was a whole meal. I sat there and I was like, I could not eat all this. I'm gonna post a video so y'all can see it. So that's how their breakfast meals are. So it is interesting. Um, the traffic over here, it's a lot. Taxis are in abundance, so if you want a taxi, all you got to do is just flag down a taxi.
Or you know, just he's just standing there. They'll blow their horn and say if you need a cab or something, you just
Pull to the side.
put your hand out, and they'll if they pass by you, they'll turn around, come back.
They will.
So it's not bad.
But when you're out here, okay, so when you're in Jamaica, know this tip because we didn't know this at first. When you're in the grill, you can walk the beach up and down. If you want to walk the street, they have sidewalk only on one side of the road. So if you're on the beach side, you have to cross the street and go where the sidewalk is, and you can walk all the way up and down Negril on that sidewalk. It's only on one side. When you're crossing the street, they will tell you, which the cab driver told us today, do not run across the street. Walk. Take your time. Because unfortunately, someone did get hit by a car yesterday, a tourist. She was crossing the street. The guy that she was with, they don't know if it's her husband or not. He was able to make it across, and she jotted behind him to try and run across, and unfortunately got hit by a car, was unconscious, and they had to take her to the hospital. So the cab driver told us, whatever you do, don't run across the street. Take your time and walk. It's only 2 lanes, one up and one back, in the area where we are. So just be careful when you're in Jamaica and anywhere, especially crossing the street. So the nightlife over here, like I said, is almost to none. They did have an event that was out here. Oh wait, let me first tell y'all about the money. When you come to Jamaica, you can pay, of course, with US dollars, or you could pay with Jamaican dollars. Now, a lot of the people here like American currency. They're Jamaican, they don't even want their own money. So they prefer the American currency because the American currency, the value can go up. The Jamaican dollar can go down in rate. So right now, the rate is 155 Jamaican dollars to 1 US dollar. So, say for instance, if you wanted to buy a meal, sometime they would say your meal is $3,000. It's 3,000 Jamaican currency, which equates to maybe about 6, 12, 8 to $18 or something like that for that meal or something like that. But the cab drivers prefer the American dollar. Now, here's the thing with them that we found out. When you get in a cab, if you ask a cab driver how much it is, they will inflate the price because they know you're a tourist. Yeah, it happened to us. We asked the guy how much, and he told us it was $10 just to go
10 US.
10 US, yeah, to go not even 10 minutes up the road. Now, I was like, wait, but we just took a taxi to come down here and it was only five. And he was like, oh, but it's 10. So you have to be careful. And what we learned is don't ask them how much it is. If you get in a taxi and you go somewhere and it's like a little short drive or whatever the drive is, you equate it to maybe about $2 per person. So now what we do when we get in a taxi, it's my husband and I, we know, okay, it's just my husband and I, that's $2, so it's $4 US, and then we may throw in a dollar tip, so we only pay like $5 to go roundabout, run around for, the taxis that take us here, there, or wherever. But if you ask them, some of them, now there are some honest cabbies out here, but there are some of them who are not honest. And I have to tell you, it was funny because the one guy that charged me $10, I told him, I said, you gotta stop. You charging me too much. He was like, no, I'm not. So I was like, oh no, you charge me way too much. But I went ahead and I paid it because what you also don't want to do is you don't want to get on people's bad side in a country where you got to get back to the U.S. So I went ahead and paid it, but I was upset and I said, if I see him again, I'm not going to ride with him. Well, the next day we were going out. Lo and behold, we standing out there waiting for a taxi. Who pulls up? Out of all the multitude of taxis that here, the same guy that charged us more. Right, babe? So,
Yep.
so what we did, I was like, I'm not riding with him. So my husband was like, oh, go ahead, get him. Well, we know now, we just gonna give him $5. So my husband's like, it's $5. And he's like, no, man, it no five. And I said, look, you got $10 from us yesterday and we paid you way too much. And he's like, no, it's not me. You have to make sure you check with the drivers and have the right driver so you don't talk about the wrong driver. I was like, it was you. It was you. Don't try and say it wasn't you. And so he was trying to say it wasn't him. And I was like, go ahead, take us to where we're going, but we only paying you $5. And he was like, okay, go, come. You give me $5 and a tip. And I was like, no. My husband's like, mommy, just be nice. So I was like, he already owes us because I'm saying to myself, he already owes us because of the $10. So anyway, he took us and on the drive there. I had been praying and I was like, Lord, because I already like, you better take care of me because God got my back. You do not want to get on God's bad side. On the ride over there, the gentleman confessed. He said, yes, it was me. I remember now. I took you to the hotel. And I was like, yes, you did. He was like, okay, here's what I'm going to do for you. I take and I don't charge you. And I was like, okay. So he made up for it. He was like, okay. And he apologized. And so, he made right. And he actually took us to the grocery store. And because he wanted to make it right, you guys, he stayed outside and he waited. He said, I'm going to wait for you outside in his island voice. He says, I'm going to wait for you outside. I was like, okay, that's great. So he waited for us outside. And when I went inside, it was actually Christmas Eve. I went inside, bought a few little snacks for the hotel room, and then I bought him a little snack too and gave it to him until a Merry Christmas. Because we're supposed to show God in us greater than the world. So I was like, even though I know he cheated me, people may say, well, why did you even give him more money by buying him something? Because God's abundant and God's going to take care of me and God's trying to show him who God is through me. So I bought him the gift and gave it to him, and he was so happy to get the gift, and he apologized again. And then he asked us if we want to go somewhere else. He's free to take us, and he'll watch out for us and take care and all this and everything. And I was like, okay, I love it. I was like, thank you very much. So it was amazing to me how God allowed that situation to not stay bad. He allowed that man to come back around, be right there when we were standing out there, and to make up the wrong that he did. And I love that God did that. I love that God did that. And That's how it's supposed to be. And now, if I would have flown off the hook, and been like real nasty and bitter and bad to him, then the fault would have been on me because I would not have been the example. So, because I held it in and husband told me, now calm down, we were able to show that light. So, I was happy about that. So, we went out today because my husband he wants to find these things called drops,
Drops.
candy or something.
Coconut candy.
Coconut candy. So we went out to them and I was like, oh man, I need to we need to get a taxi to go and find where we are, go roundabout and so forth, whatever. And mind you, the taxi guy, driver, I gave him a nice little gift and we gave him a nice little change. It wasn't $10, it wasn't $10, but we did. So when we were leaving out today to go out, we needed to get a taxi, and lo and behold, there was a taxi sitting right in front of our resort. And I was like, oh, there's a taxi right there. And when I tell you God will set us up to take care of us, this taxi driver was just waiting there. We got in, he took us around. Took us to a full. He says, just give me what you feel is good," which I was like, I love that. I love it. And so, thank you, Z. Bye. You're gone now. Okay. So I loved that, we had that taxi guy that was right there. So it was so nice. It was so nice to see that the guy was right there. So he took us everywhere. Everywhere that we wanted to go. And not only did he take us everywhere, he waited for us. And he kept saying, it's okay, you don't have to give me anything. But we did, because you're supposed to bless those that bless you. And so that's exactly what we did. And this is how you're supposed to do. And this person here, let's remove him. Okay, there we go. So that's what you're supposed to do. And when we blessed this guy, he was telling us about his business he had before, just having a casual conversation with us, telling us about how he loves the Lord. And we hadn't even said anything about our love of the Lord. He started telling us how he loved the Lord. He had the conversation. It was so nice. And we went to this Jamaican jerk place because I wanted some jerk chicken today. And we went there, but the lady said come back at 2 because it was super busy. So the same cab driver took us back to our resort, and I said, well, I'll just walk back down because it's not too far from the resort. I'll walk down at 2 o'clock. Well, we left out the room about 2:15. Do you know that cab driver was sitting outside our resort, sitting out there again? And he saw us crossing the street, and you know what he said? Come, I'll take you down there for free. I was like, no, it's okay, we'll walk. He says, no, I'll take you down there for free. So we're like, okay, great.
And you can walk back.
Yeah, and then he told us, and you could walk back, but I'll take you down there for free. So we got in a cab. He took us over there to the place, and we had dinner. Nice little place. And when we were finished with dinner, we were there maybe about an hour. And when we finished dinner, we came downstairs, got ready to walk to come back to the resort. Guess who's beeping the horn? The same cab driver. He said, I saw it was about to rain and I knew you were down here. So I decided, let me come back and see if they were there so I can bring them back. What? I was like, really? He said, don't worry, I'll bring you back. No charge, no charge. I was like, come on, God, take care of us. So I was happy because you see the goodness that you do, God will bring it full circle right back to you. He will. Let me tell you, don't count the small things that you do. God is always going to bring it back to you. So this has been a great, great trip. It's been really fun. The water has been absolutely amazing. The days have been beautiful. This time of year is good to come because the weather now is phenomenal, great. It's been sunny every day, and the little rain that we had was just drizzle. But it's been beautiful. The people are beautiful. The atmosphere is beautiful. And again, if you are a beach lover, you're going to love it here in Negril. This has been amazing. What's your thoughts of Negril?
First time, and I think it's wonderful.
right?
Hmm.
What'd you love about it?
What do I like about
I think
the
he,
seashore?
the seashore.
Looking at people.
Ah,
looking
looking
at
at people.
looking at people, looking at the people enjoying themselves, with the kids, them enjoying themselves on
Yes,
vacation with their parents and stuff.
yes. You will need mosquito repellent though. I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna need some mosquito repellent because the mosquitoes are out here. So get you some mosquito repellent or some ointment or something. Um, and they do have ATMs here that you can get cash, or you can get American dollars, and you can get Jamaican currency, which I thought was interesting. Um, so, for instance, we got cash and we got um, $15,500 in Jamaican money. $15,500 in Jamaican money. That equates to about 98 US dollars. And you can use your ATM cards here. But mind you, and you can use your credit cards too if you want to buy food. A lot of places take credit cards. The resorts normally mainly take credit cards, but the street vendors do not. So the street vendors, you're going to have cash for them. But the ATMs here, one of the ATM, there's a bank called Scotia, Scotia Bank. They're out here. That's the big bank here in Jamaica. You can go there and you can use your ATM machine, the ATM machine, to get Jamaican currency or to get US dollars, or you can go to exchange. And there's also people out here that will tell you, hey, do you want to exchange money, like right on the street. We did not do that because I'm not sure, what their rates would be and so forth. So we went to a currency exchange place. There's MoneyGrams here that you can do as well. So just be careful with that as well with the vendors on the street. Those of you who like the weed, the marijuana, it's legal here. It's legal and it is in abundance. It's in abundance. So those of you who like that, it's out here and there's plenty for you. They will come up to you right on the beach and offer to sell you something right on the beach there, and in the bundles that they have, not like in the states. In some of the states that have it, they don't have the bundles. They have just mash up, but they do tell you be careful because there are some people that are taking regular grass and bunching it up and calling it weed. So be careful if you want to do that. But it's been great here in Negril. I posted a couple of videos on my YouTube channel already. Those of you, thank you, Bianca. Those of you who are watching, I posted a few. I am going to be uploading some more. Oh, before you head out to Jamaica and other countries, call your credit card companies, the card that you're going to be traveling with. Because the first night when we got here, we went to this restaurant and our cards were declined. And we're like, why are they declining? And the lady said she didn't know if it was a machine or what happened. So we went ahead and we paid with the cash that we had. But the restaurant did not give us the right exchange rate. Our bill should have been only, let's say, $30 US currency, but they charged us $39 US currency. So you may want to use your credit card, but before you can use your credit card, you're going to have to call them and tell them that you're traveling, and they're going to ask you which country are you traveling to, and then they'll go in and they will unlock your card. Now, some of the credit cards you automatically unlock, but some of them you're not. So before you travel, you do want to call your credit card companies, the ones you're going to be using, and let them know that you're going to be traveling so that they can unlock your card. Because if we didn't have the cash, we would have been stuck. Um, so you want to do that. And mind you, my credit card company did call me the next morning and said that we see two charges that we declined. Are you okay? Or are you traveling? And I had to call them back and give them confirmation that I am traveling, and they were able to go ahead and make sure those transactions were declined. But they also told me how much it was, and that's how I knew that the restaurant had overcharged us. So it does happen. Now, the major resorts usually will have their menus in American dollars. So the menu would say U.S. currency. It just have the dollar amount on there, not in Jamaican currency. So take a look at that, but make sure you call your credit card companies before you head out because you do not want to get stuck. And travel with a little bit of cash on you because you don't want to just rely on the cards and get stuck by not having it. It's amazing out here, these Jamaican dollars. You know, to get a meal, and your meal is like today, my husband and I had lunch, and the meal was $5,400. It just boggles your head out here. But I'll be posting some of the menus so you guys can see that as well. You'll see that as well. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, Bianca, yes, thank you. That was so sweet. Thank you. Hey, Minister Davis, for safety reasons, the reason your credit cards were declined, that's a great thing. Yes, they will because they'll call you and say, "Are you traveling?" I love it. Minister Davis said that's the way it is in Africa. They prefer American dollars than their own currency. Yes, because again, the American dollar does not lose value. The Jamaican dollar does. And what I also heard was a lot of the people here that want the Jamaican, that want the American dollars, they hold the money until the rate is high and then they'll go and exchange it because they get more for their money. A few days before we traveled to Jamaica, the currency rate, the dollar rate was very high, but we had missed that by a couple of days and then it dropped. So you can always check on Google, just do exchange rate dollar versus US dollar versus Jamaican dollar or so forth. Hey, Bullion Dora, I'm not sure which part you wanted me to repeat, but this live is going to stay up. So if you want to come back and check it out, it is there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. So, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and chill a little bit, but I did want to go ahead and talk to you. Oh, your phones. You can connect to their Wi Fi on here at the resorts, but when you're traveling or when you're out away from the Wi Fi, your phones will not work unless you have, I believe it's T Mobile. They have regular service, but you do have to pay per use. Even though you have a plan with them, when you're traveling abroad, your phones, you're going to have to pay for the service. But you can use Wi-Fi calling. Metro PCS users can use Wi-Fi calling when you're here, but when you're traveling away from the Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi will not work. Your Wi-Fi calling will not work. Your WhatsApp will not work. You have to have Wi-Fi set up. So if you want to keep in touch with your loved ones, you're going to have to be at a Wi-Fi service. Now, a lot of these hotels, the resorts have free Wi-Fi where you can sign on to their Wi-Fi services. Okay, yes, and they do have televisions for some of you who had asked. Do they have televisions? They have television services. Most of their channels, what I have seen, are from Canada. Yeah, but they do have HBO. Some of the older movies and stuff like that, they do have that. Um, they do have breakfast service in the resorts. They do have lunch service. They do have what they call all inclusive. Like at the hotel where we are is an all inclusive. It includes the meals as well as the hotel stay. I did not do all inclusive because I knew I was not going to be eating every day at the hotel. And the reason why is because, say for instance, at this hotel where I'm staying, the to include the all inclusive with the meals, it would have been about an extra $200 US dollars, $200 a day for my husband and I. And that would give you breakfast and lunch at the buffet. They have an all you can eat. That was way too much money for us. And I don't like to just be sitting at one place. So I did not. So you can, when you book these hotels, you can tell them you want just a room only or you want all inclusive. But just remember, the all inclusive is just going to be based on the menu that they have. And if you're going to be going out eating and not eating at the hotel, you're going to be wasting your US dollars. Okay, there's too much street food out there for cheap. That's what I prefer anyway. I love the what I call renamed it. My husband said it's just roadside food, but I call it street food, and it was good. I went out, and the street food is usually a lot cheaper than the restaurants, and of course the resorts. Some of the little trolleys and things that they use and the tin barrels and stuff, they may not look as pleasant to some of you who are very concerned about what your food is cooked in. But It is good. So if you want to pick and choose which one, you could do that. I believe in praying over my food. And I do look for certain measures, but for the majority of it, they are very clean. They will even sweep up the area where they are. But some of you who are concerned about that, you may want to stick with the resort food. But I got a. I went out the other night and I got a chicken leg and a thigh, a quarter chicken, and it was about maybe about $6, $6 US. To us in America, it may seem like a lot, but the next guy over, because there's a lot of the trolleys that line up next to them, the one right next to that guy was selling half a chicken for $25. So you just have to know your meals. And when you're buying the food from the people, if you ask them too many times, how much is it, they normally probably going to go up on your price. So if anything, before they cut it up or put it in on your plate, please ask them and please confirm the price. Because for them to try and put it back, they don't want to have to do that. So you don't want to make somebody mad in another country. All right. And just be careful when you're out here, but have fun. Thank you so much, Minister Davis. Merry Christmas to you too. Happy New Year to you all as well. But I will be going live again and chit chat with y'all. But it has been beautiful. I wanted to try and go live by the beach, but once you leave the resort, it's hard to go live. The streaming drags and stuff like that. So I'm going to be uploading the videos and sending it to you guys. We'll be here for New Year's as well. So we're going to be doing a New Year's celebration here as well. So I'm gonna hopefully I can get that live. But I uploaded a steel drum player. He was so good last night for Christmas. They did a live band, which they do a lot of the live bands, and the steel drum player was so good. He was really good. And they do this thing here in Jamaica where they set bonfires for Christmas night. And they did that last night. I was trying to get a video, was not able to get a real good video because, again, the Wi Fi, a live video. But I did get a regular video and uploaded that to see the bonfires set all along the beach, all the whole 7 Mile, all the resorts they do it. And it was really something nice. I'm gonna get more information on the meaning of the bonfires, but it was really pretty, really nice to see. And our resort where we were at, they allowed one of the ladies, one of the guests, to light the bonfire. So she was really excited about that as well. So that's my little live today that I'm doing about how our trip is going so far. It's been a lot of relaxation. As y'all can see, hubby done left me. He done went inside because he is really getting his relaxation in. He is sleeping. He's sleeping more than he's ever slept before, which is a good thing. He's enjoying himself. But that's what it's about. Vacation is what you want the vacation to be. Some people are adventurous. Some people like to go out and have a whole bunch of fun, the whole day. And some people just like to rest and take it easy and sleep and get some rest. And that's what hubby's doing. But I'm really enjoying ourselves out here. Looking forward to, the upcoming trips that we have as well. All right. And I'll be sharing that with y'all too. I got a lot of stories that we're going to be covering when I get back on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. A lot of things happening, a lot of great things. We're changing up the lineup on our channel. We're going to be bringing you some things that I think are really going to be inspiring you. And so get ready for that. I have been working a little bit while I've been here on the channel, but I've been looking at some great stories I'm going to cover when we get back, some inspiring stories. Mike Epps is doing a wonderful project now with HGTV. If you have not seen it, you need to check it out. I'm going to be going live talking about that because I love, love, love what he is doing. And I've got some interviews set up with some people that are going to bless you. And so we're going to enjoy ourselves. So we're going to have some good times over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Inspirational talks, chats, and the stories that will help move you into a better position in life. Not just make you laugh or smile, but help move you to betterment. That's our goal here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. And we'll be having more of these vacation chats as well, all right? Thank y'all for watching. And if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe today to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Share this, tell a friend. And remember, stay blessed and safe out there. And remember, go ahead, enjoy life. Life is worth living. Come on now, do some of the things you've always wanted to do. Some of the things you may have been afraid to do, but you wanted to do. Maybe now's the time to do it. All right. Love y'all for watching. I'll be sharing more. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And you have a blessed day as well. All right. Love y'all. See you later. Bye.